Slowly they go down the back straightaway. NAPA late models, 30 laps. Get ready to turn up the temperature. Business is about to pick up. Here we go, race fans. Green flag in the air. On the break, Scott Stovall darts it in the outside lane. He shoots to the race lead. They clear the second corner. And now yellow flag going to come out as we got a couple of cars tangled down in corners number 1 and 2. Joe Kuhnberger and Crystal Sartorius get together. Yellow flag out. Going to be a complete restart. Here we go. Green flag in the air. 30 laps. Complete restart. Scott Stovall again with a good jump in that outside lane. He goes into the race lead. Chad Richardson falls in line in second. Mark Mason going to go back to third. He's going to have to fight with John Gatton Jr. in that white 44 machine. That's for the top 3 spot. John Gatton Jr., the Barry Stroh-owned car number 44, has caught that lead duo. He mounted a challenge just for a second on the 33 of Chad Richardson. Chad Richardson, however, he's got something to say right now with race leader Scott Stovall. I've had a pretty good rivalry growing over here in the past couple weeks between Scott Stovall and the Chad Richardson car number 33. Chad Richardson all over the back of Scott Stovall, and Chad Richardson gets into the back of the 53 of Scott Stovall. Stovall goes around, caution flag out. Set to go back, green flag racing. Here we go. Scott Stovall quickly makes quick work. A Joe Kuhnberger in the 21. Now he's going to set sail on the 17 of Steve Derwin. Stovall clearing Derwin in the 17. And here comes Chad Richardson to follow suit. Joe Kuhnberger at the back of the pack, trying not to interfere with the guys ahead of him. Chad Richardson gets around the 17 of Steve Derwin. Battle up front. Derek Hoffman to the inside. Now a John Gatton Jr. Up front, White Lightning Fast and Big Orange duking it out. Hoffman to the outside of Gatton, a little bit squirrely. That's going to let Gatton pull back ahead by about 3 car lengths. Gatton and Hoffman about 8 car lengths ahead of third place Mark Mason. Scott Stovall and Chad Richardson have worked their way back up to 4th and 5th. Mark Mason trying to hold off Scott Stovall and Chad Richardson. Stovall taking a look down to the bottom of Mark Mason. That's the battle for third. Chad Richardson's in that battle as well. Stovall on the bottom, Mason on the outside lane. This battle for third's continuing to heat up, and that's letting the lead duo of Gatton and Hoffman pull away as Hoffman all kinds of squirrely going down the front stretch. Hoffman gets squirrely. That lets Gatton pull ahead by about 3 car lengths once again. Stovall down to the inside of Mason. Stovall going to clear him as they head down the back straightaway. Stovall trying to ease his way up into third. Chad Richardson going to set his sights down. Now he pulls along side by side with Mark Mason. After both going to the tail, Stovall and Richardson have worked their way back up to 3rd and 4th. 10 laps in this time by, 10 in, 20 to go. Scott Stovall, your race leader. Neil Richardson sitting. Scott Stovall third, rather. Chad Richardson sitting back and forth. John Gatton Jr. leader. Derek Hoffman second. Gatton and Hoffman. A good half a straightaway ahead of the battle for third. Chad Richardson to the top shelf of Scott Stovall. Chad Richardson on the outside lane trying to get around Stovall. Richardson going to pull ahead by about half a car. Now he's going to clear him down the backstretch. Top two cars, Gatton and Hoffman working around the slower machine of Joe Kuhnberger. John Gatton Jr. continuing to lead this one. Derek Hoffman has been working all over his back bumper. The only problem is every time Hoffman's gotten near him, he's gotten crossed up and given up precious time. Mark Mason back in fifth. He's a good 6 car lengths. Back behind the 53 Stovall, this time by halfway. 15 in, 15 to go for the 44, John Gatton Jr. Almost a full straightaway advantage. Race leader John Gatton Jr. and second place Derek Hoffman have over the third place running Chad Richardson. John Gatton Jr. about a 5 car length advantage he has in the race lead over second place Derek Hoffman. Chad Richardson third, Scott Stovall fourth, Mark Mason fifth. This time by 19 laps in, 11 laps to go. Gatton continues to lead. Hoffman third. Richardson back in third, trying to close in. Going to be 10 to go this time by for race leader John Gatton Jr. Does Derek Hoffman have anything to do about this race lead with John Gatton Jr.? We'll wait and see. Chad Richardson back in third. Does he have enough time to run down the lead duo? Scott Stovall, all he has is the lap car of Stephen Derwin. In front of him, he sits solidly in fourth. Mark Mason fifth. Here comes Hoffman again down to the inside of Gatton, but again he gets squirrely off the fourth corner. 21 car, Joe Kuhnberger taking his car to the pit area. Tough break for Kuhnberger in that 21 machine. Derek Hoffman again works the back bumper of John Gatton Jr. 2 cars looking like they're trying to settle this one. Gatton your leader, Hoffman second. Gatton has a feature win here earlier this season in the modified ranks, trying to bag his first one in many years here in the late model. Hoffman again all over the back bumper. Gatton's just that much better than him coming off the fourth corner. Gatton holds that bottom groove pretty strong. Hoffman looking to mount another challenge as they head down the backstretch. Hoffman closes in. Now Hoffman takes a peek to the outside. He'll cross down to the bottom. Gatton still holding him off. Derek Hoffman to the outside of John Gatton Jr. And again, Gatton holds him off. Hoffman having all kinds of fits with race leader John Gatton Jr. Third place, Chad Richardson is catching the lead duo, but does he have enough time to do something with them before this one's finished? 27 complete this time by 3 laps to go for John Gatton Jr. John Gatton Jr., the leader, ahead of Derek Hoffman. Chad Richardson back in third. This time by the popsicle sticks go in the air. 2 laps to go for Johnny Gatton. Second place, Derek Hoffman's running out of time. Less than 1 mile to glory for race leader John Gatton Jr. Slower vehicles, Mark Mason and Stephen Derwin up ahead of them. Not sure if they'll be having anything to do with. White flag in the air. John Gatton Jr., final trip around the half mile. Final trip down the back straightaway. He's got a modified win here a couple of weeks ago, and tonight he's going to celebrate in the late model. The United Lottery teams, BSC Enterprises, A&O, Sweet Shop, Chevrolet, John Gatton Jr. back to victory lane in the late models. Derek Hoffman second. Chad Richardson will come across the line for third. Scott Stovall will finish in the 4th spot. Mark Mason going to round corners number 3 and 4 to come across the line 5th. Stephen Derwin going to be credited with 6th. Joe Kuhnberger 7th. Krista Sartorius will round out the field.